Hey guys, my name is Adam. For those of you that don't know me, I've been a personal trainer for the last 10 years or so. There's something that I wanted to talk to you about. This is my laptop. Yeah, so this is my laptop. Chances are some of you are watching this video on a laptop, and it operates in much the same way as the device, if you're not watching this on the laptop, that you are watching this on. So if you're using a phone or a tablet, whatever you're using, it runs on electricity. It has an internal battery that means I can use it when it's not being charged, and it has the ability to be connected to the mains. Why am I talking about my laptop? Like I said, my laptop has a battery. It runs on electricity, whether it's the battery or whether it's the mains. There are different things that I can do using my laptop, or in your case, your phone or your tablet. There are different things that you can do that will run down the battery, use more or less electricity, depending on what you're doing. In the case of my laptop, if I play games, that will run the battery down quicker. If I'm watching a 4K movie, it will run the battery down quicker. If I'm doing some office work, writing some documents, it will run it down a bit less quickly. If I just leave the laptop turned on and go and make a cup of coffee, it will run it down a little bit less quickly, but it will eventually disappear. If it's connected to the mains, then it doesn't matter what I do. There's always additional power for it to be able to operate no matter what I'm doing. And it will refill the battery for the next time that I need it. Although your body doesn't work exactly the same way, it's similar. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because someone messaged me last week, and I'm not giving you a hard time if you figure out who you are. I just wanted to clarify this. They messaged me to let me know that they were going to do something different. They were going to do a different class because they didn't want their body to get used to doing the one type of class that they've been doing and their progress to stop. And my thinking was that that's a misunderstanding about how things work. So in the case of my laptop, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, whether I'm playing games, writing documents, or just leaving the machine idle, it's still using electricity. It's using it in different amounts, but it's still electricity. And the electricity that it uses can come from the battery, or it can come from the mains. In the case of your body, although you are not a machine, obviously, and there are nuances, there are slight differences that cause this analogy to not work 100%, but it's pretty good. In the case of your body, the energy that your body runs off of, instead of being electricity, is calories. Calories are literally the definition of calorie. Go look it up. The definition of calorie is it's a unit of energy. It's a unit of energy, how much energy it takes in the case of a kilocalorie, so a kcal. It's the amount of energy that it takes to raise the temperature of a litre of water by 1 degree. It's a unit of energy. That's all it is. The same as I don't even know what the units are for electricity. Is it watts or ohms, or I don't know. I don't know what the unit of power is for electricity. But it's a unit of energy. And your body, no matter what you're doing, the same as the laptop uses more energy when it's playing games, less when it's doing documentation, and even less when it's idle, your body is the same. No matter what your body is doing, it is burning calories. If you're doing a high intensity interval training class, or something like that, you're sprinting, or you're doing one of my grit classes or whatever, it's burning a lot of energy. It's going to use a lot of energy, but you won't be able to stay going for very long because the energy that you have readily available to you will wear out. So that's like the gaming. It's using a lot of power, but it's going to run the battery down quickly. If you are going for a walk or going for a jog, you might burn a few less calories. If you're just laying on the couch, you're going to burn even less calories, but you are still burning calories. Your body runs on calories, no matter what it is doing, the same as your laptop or your phone or your tablet runs on electricity, no matter what it is doing. So the idea that this person had of going to do a different class because they were afraid that their body would get used to the one they were doing is a kind of a mistaken assumption, right? Your body is always going to burn calories. Now, here's the fun part. What is your battery? Your battery is kind of your stored body fat. If you're taking part in exercise, no matter what type of exercise or activity you're taking part in, you're burning calories. But if you have your body connected to the mains, follow me, okay? If you're constantly feeding your body more and more and more and more and more energy, the same as a laptop connected to the mains, then the battery is never going to run out. It's never going to need to use the battery. And if your battery is your stored body fat, and you're constantly feeding your body enough to deal with the activity that it's taking part in on a daily basis, then it's never going to touch its fat stores. It's never going to touch its battery, right? So in order to move body fat, stubborn or otherwise, there needs to be less energy coming in than is needed to deal with the activity that you're taking part in, so that your computer, your body, has to dip into the battery to make up the difference. It's a really loose analogy and it's a really simplified analogy of what's going on, but it does hold. If you're constantly feeding yourself enough or maybe even more energy than you need to cover the activities that you're taking part in, then your battery is never going to run down. Okay, but it doesn't matter what activity you're taking part in, you are always burning energy, you are always burning calories. It just depends on where they come from. Do they come from outside, from what you consume constantly, or is there not enough coming in from what you consume and it has to dip into stores, dip into body fat and sort of work from its stored energy? So this person, if this person's progress is stalling, it's not because they're getting used to the class, it's because the amount they're consuming is matching the amount that they're burning, accidentally or otherwise, and as a result of that, their stored energy is not going anywhere. It's not being used, it's not being tapped into, because the amount coming in and the amount going out is matching, so there's no need for the laptop to use its battery. In this person's case, the better option would be to do what you enjoy, and I spoke about this in my last video as well. Do what you enjoy, because it's more likely that you will do it more often. No matter how many calories it burns, if you're doing nothing, if you're choosing to try to do something that you don't like just for the sake of variety, you might not do it. The better option is to actually be consistent and actually do a workout daily, even if it's the same kind of workout every day. Better to do the one that you really enjoy than the one that you have to force yourself to do just for the sake of variety because you're afraid that your body might get used to the one that you enjoy. Do the one you enjoy. The important takeaways are, if you constantly give power to a laptop, it never needs to use its battery. A similar idea is true with your body. If you constantly give it enough energy from food and drink to deal with its daily activities, then it has no reason to become smaller. Give it a little bit less than it needs, and it will need to use some of its stored energy to deal with that increased demand, or relatively speaking, increased demand for energy. And on top of that, do what you enjoy, because it's more likely that you're going to consistently do it than trying to deliberately do things you don't enjoy just for the sake of variety. If you guys want to see more of this kind of stuff, drop me a comment, let me know what you think, hit like, subscribe to the channel, this is on YouTube, or follow me on Instagram, it's also on IGTV. I'd love to know what you think. I'd love to get some feedback from you guys. Does it make sense? I don't know. Is it an eye-opener for you? I feel it might be for some of you. The idea that the reason why you're not making progress is not because you're not getting enough variety, but because you're constantly putting energy back in that you've burned, so you're never tapping into your battery. I hope this helped in some small way. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.